Let's go straight to it. Okay. You at 61 now?
Mm-hmm.
Go down to the 8th verse.
Jasher, chapter 61, verse 8.
Go ahead.
And amongst the servants of Angeas was a youth 15 years old. Balaam, the son of Beor, was his name. And the youth was very wise and understood the art of witchcraft.
So they was dealing with witchcraft and evil back then. Read.
Verse 9. And Angeas said unto Balaam, conjure for us, I pray thee, with the witchcraft, that we may know who will prevail in this battle to which we are now proceeding. And Balaam ordered that they should bring him wax, and he made thereof the likeness of chariots and horsemen.
So they went into all this witchcraft and all that because Zepho wanted to consent to be able to fight against Egypt. Go down to, I don't even want to go into that. Read the 11th and 12th verse. Read the 12th verse where Zepho went after that.
Jasher chapter 61, verse 12. And when Zepho the son of Eliphaz saw that Angeas despaired of going forth to battle with the Egyptians.
When they seen that they couldn't win this war because the Africans were dealing with all that, witchcraft and all that. So they went to some type of seer to see if they could win the war. And he's like, nah. Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, saw that Angeas despaired of going forth to the battle with the Egyptians. What happened after that?
Zepho fled from Angeas from Africa. And he went and came unto Kittim.
He went and came unto where?
And he went and came unto Kittim.
He went to Greece next. This is the first connection between the sons of Esau and Europe. Get your map. Kittim is Greece, Cyprus. That's your first connection between Esau and Europe. Now I understand why they took the book of Jasher and they hid the book of Jasher from the people. It ties in the history of all the people of the earth. Now there's more. Go to the 13th verse.
Verse 13. And all the people of Kittim received him with great honor.
All the people of Kittim, which we know are Asians. The whole land was Asia. Go ahead.
And all the people of Kittim received him with great honor, and they hired him to fight their battles all the days. And Zepho became exceedingly rich in those days, and the troops of the king of Africa still spread themselves in those days. And the children of Kittim assembled and went to Mount Cuptizia on account of the troops of Angeas, king of Africa, who were advancing upon them. And it was one day that Zepho lost a young heifer, and he went to seek it, and he heard it lowing round about the mountains.
Okay, let's stop there because it goes into all types of details of how he became great in the land of Kittim. We don't want to read the whole story. We're just showing you how they got there. There's more. There's more. I want to go into the one that shows their presence in Rome.
24 and 25.
Huh?
Verse 24, 25.
24 and 25. So that's Greece right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the one in which we can show how the Edomites first went into Rome, which was originally Asia. If you notice, Russia and all those European isles are connected right next to China. A matter of fact, the people, which are the Mongols near the mountains, are dark-skinned Asians. They're the residue of the Japhetic people that were in the land. And I'm going to tell you this too. Don't be deceived and think that Russia is separate from the rest of his brothers. Okay, he's just playing both sides of the fence purposely, but he was planted there as one of the brothers of Esau. Okay, he's not against America like that. They're together. I'm talking about the rulerships, the rulers of America. which is really Europe. Europe controls America. Okay? The Jewish people fund the Russians. That's why the Russians run loose all in America and over the drugs and all. They the strong arm of Esau. But it's a whole nother lesson to go into. You got their priesthood, which are sorcerers, which are Amalek, the Jewish people. You got their strong arm or their mafia that fights all, do the dirty work through the seeds in Russia. Then you have the royalty of them, which are dukes and all that you can read in Genesis 36, up in Britain. They're the royalty parts of Esau. Then you have the wise men and scientists of Esau, which are in German, which is Teman. They're all working together in unison. While you thought there was a fight between communism and American democracy, while you was looking at this game they play on TV, the Russians and America was up in space building a space station together, together. While they have you thinking that they fighting against each other. No, that whole family are together for world domination. And they're together to stop Jacob forever receiving that promise that we read in Genesis, the 25th chapter. Let's go to how they inhabited Rome. What chapter and verse you're in?
Jasher, chapter 61, verse 24.
Hold on, let me get it with you. Hold on. It said 61 and 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one moment. $61. That's where you are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm using the screen here, so apologize for this. Okay. Let's go there.
Jasher, chapter 61, chapter 24. And the children of Kittim saw the veiler of Zaphon, and the children of Kittim resolved, and they made Zaphon king over them.
They made Zaphon king over them, so now we see Zaphon getting rulership in Greece. Before that, Esau was not in Greece. Esau was held captive in Egypt for a little time, Zaphon, after the war between Jacob and Esau. Then he fled into Africa to get a band of men to fight against Jacob. They dare fought against Jacob. So he had to go someplace else. He went over the Mediterranean eventually and got into Chittim and became over their armies. Read.
And he became king over them. And whilst he reigned, they went to subdue the children of Tubal and all the surrounding islands.
They went to do what?
And they went to subdue the children of Tubal and all the surrounding islands.
So once he got in charge, he starts subduing Tubal and all the islands around them. Did I pull out Tubal early on this? Tubal is Spain. Tubal is also, hold up, let me get Tubal, excuse me, 1 second here. One moment. Tubal, is Armenia. Wanted to make sure I got a chart here. Tubal is Armenia, parts of Russia. So now they subduing things with their armies like they do, and once they destroy the people, they start bringing their people in. So whose brothers are hearing about this? You know he's sending word back to his brothers that he's over this area, and he's using them in his armies. They subdue the area, then they start moving in, and slowly but surely take over. Okay, that's how Alexander the Greek did it. That's how Alexander the Greek's father did it. They get in through their armies and through warfare, because the Most High, the only blessing that Isaac could give Esau was the blessing through the sword. He says, listen, I can't give you anything because your brother took everything. But the only blessing I can give you is that you're going to live through the sword. You will be good with weaponry. That's in Genesis the 27th chapter. You'll be good with weaponry. So that's how they get land. That's how they get power and resources through war, through